If you are the smartest person in the room, then you are in the wrong room. Act with kindness, but do not expect gratitude. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Better a diamond with a flaw than a pebble without. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Roads were made for journeys, not destinations. When it is obvious that the goals cannot be reached, don't adjust the goals, adjust the action steps. Virtuous people often revenge themselves for the constraints to which they submit by the boredom which they inspire. To be wronged is nothing, unless you continue to remember. Worry not that no one knows you, seek to be worth knowing. I slept and dreamt life is beauty, I woke and found life is duty. Think of tomorrow, the past can't be mended. Respect yourself and others will respect you. A gentleman would be ashamed should his deeds not match his words. To see the right and not to do it is cowardice. By nature, men are nearly alike. By practice, they get to be wide apart. The essence of knowledge is having it, to use it. Fine words and an insinuating appearance are seldom associated with true virtue. To be wealthy and honored in an unjust society is a disgrace. Study the past if you would define the future. Never contract friendship with a man that is not better than thyself. Learning without thought is labor lost. Thought without learning is perilous. He who knows all the answers has not been asked all the questions. Do not impose on others what you, yourself, do not desire. Only the wisest and stupidest of men never change. The superior man acts before he speaks, and afterwards speaks according to his action. The man who says he can and the man who says he cannot are both correct. Your life is what your thoughts make it. Real knowledge is to know the extent of one's ignorance.
The superior man thinks always of virtue. The common man thinks of comfort. Learn as if you were not reaching your goal and as though you were scared of missing it. We have two lives, and the second begins when we realize we only have one. All people are the same, only their habits differ.
If you make a mistake and do not correct it, this is called a mistake. Education breeds confidence. Confidence breeds hope. Hope breeds peace. To go beyond is as wrong as to fall short. A superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions. Be strict with yourself, but least reproachful of others, and complaint is kept afar. When anger rises, think of the consequences. If you think in terms of a year, plant a seed. If in terms of 10 years, plant trees. And if in terms of 100 years, teach the people. When you have faults, do not fear to abandon them. If we don't know life, how can we know death? The expectations of life depend upon diligence. The mechanic that would perfect his work must first sharpen his tools. To know what you know and what you do not know, that is true knowledge. I want you to be everything that's you, deep at the center of your being. The superior man is distressed by the limitations of his ability. He is not distressed by the fact that men do not recognize the ability that he has. They must often change who would be constant in happiness or wisdom. Death and life have their determined appointments. Riches and honors depend upon heaven. The more man meditates upon good thoughts, the better will be his world and the world at large. You cannot open a book without learning something. Before you embark on a journey of revenge, dig 2 graves. Study the past if you would divine the future. It is more shameful to distrust our friends than to be deceived by them. Don't complain about the snow on your neighbor's roof when your own doorstep is unclean. A lion chased me up a tree, and I greatly enjoyed the view from the top. Be not ashamed of mistakes and thus make them crimes. Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. Silence is a true friend who never betrays. A person who chases 2 rabbits catches neither. wisdom, compassion, and courage are the three universally recognized moral qualities of men. Forget injuries, never forget kindnesses. Hold faithfulness and sincerity as first principles. When we see men of a contrary character, we should turn inwards and examine ourselves. We should feel sorrow, but not sink under its oppression. Good people strengthen themselves ceaselessly. Love others as you would love yourself. Judge others as you would judge yourself. Cherish others as you would cherish yourself. Every relationship is perfect. It brings out a part of yourself that you've chosen to ignore. Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life. To love a thing means wanting it to live. The funniest people are the saddest ones. When music and courtesy are better understood and appreciated, there will be no war. A man living without conflicts, as if he never lives at all. She who is born with beauty is born with a sorrow for many a man. Sex is like the army. The closer you are to discharge, the better you feel.